Here we go. We're quoting the Mishnah, and we're beginning right here with the words hazorע והחורש. This is a quote. I'm going to put it in a box. And anytime when there's several words in between two dots, you see here's it's a colon, and here's these two dots. So that's a quote from the Mishnah. Let me go back to show you what the Mishnah said. Whoops. Here's the Mishnah. And the Mishnah says, hazorע והחורש. Those words are now being quoted by the Gemara. Just for your information, the last Gemara that we learned was not quoting, but was discussing these three words. Why does it say arbaim chasarachas? This Gemara is learning hazorע והחורש. So, the Gemara says, Michti. Michti was always translated in yeshiva as let's see, but I noticed in the dictionary it's translated as now that. So the words hazorע והחורש means to sow and then to plant. Sow as in putting seeds in the ground. And I'm sorry, chorsh is plowing. Zorע is sowing seeds. Actually, zera means seeds. So zorע is the verb, the action of putting the seeds in the ground, and chorsh is plowing. Now, the Gemara asks, Michti, now that michrav karbi, we plow, or surely plow. Bereisha, first. So the first thing that we do is we plow. We have to soften the soil, and we can put the seeds in. So lisni, let it say chorsh, that first we plow. V'hadar, and then lisni zorע, let it say that we plant the seeds, or sow the seeds. The word lisni is let it say, or let it teach. And we're referring to the Mishnah, the order of the Mishnah. So it says zorع first and then chorsh, and the Gemara is asking, let it say chorsh and then zorع, and that's a question. So the Gemara answers this question. Tana, which means our author, Be'eretz Yisrael Koi, is referring to Eretz Yisrael. Koi could mean referring or standing, and either he was from Eretz Yisrael, which the Tanaim were from Eretz Yisrael, or it means that he was referring to. And Dezari Bereisha, that first they plant the seeds, V'hada Karbi, and then they plow. So therefore, the Mishnah said zorع, which means to plant, and then chorsh means to plow. Okay, we got to see the Rashis, and we have a pretty serious question on this, that it's kind of impossible to plant without plowing. So we'll discuss that in a moment. Let's just take a look at the Rashis. The Rashi says michrav karbi. Rashi is just translating the word michrav karbi. That means chorshim, plow. So chorshim is the Hebrew, michrav, but that's the same letters, if I would underline those letters. It means to plow. Be'eretz Yisrael, that's an abbreviation. And Rashi says kashahi, the land is hard. The word kasha doesn't mean a question, it means hard. Just like when you have a question, it's like the topic becomes difficult or hard, you can say, oh, it's so hard, I can't understand it. So that's kasha, means hard. The word kasha means hard. So the land, over here it's referring to the ground is hard. Be'in yachal lechases, you cannot cover the seeds. B'lei charisha, without plowing. So you actually have to plow a second time. V'ashmi'inan, and it's coming to let us hear, or coming to teach us, let's do letting us hear. It's coming to let us hear. The word shema is in there. See that, shema? So ashmi'inan is us. Ashmi'inan means it's coming to let us hear. Daha nami charishihi. Daha is that this. The dalet is that, and ha means this. Daha nami. So if I make a line there, that maybe make it easier to get that. The dalet in Aramaic is actually a shin, so daha nami charishi, that this is also charisha. So we've sort of resolved one question here, is that how did they get it into the ground? They got it into the ground through plowing. But the Mishnah chose not to say plowing at the first plowing. It chose to say plowing at the second plowing, and it's coming to let us hear that even though you already plowed it once, and the seeds are already in the ground, and you have to plow it again to be able to cover those seeds, that this second plowing is considered charisha, it's considered plowing. Now, what's the difference? we're going to learn that there's a major differences between which combinations of malachas you do. So let's say a person would cover over the seeds by softening the soil in the land of Israel, which that would go under the category of plowing. Then he would do another malacha that went under the category of plowing in the same forgetting, so he would only be chayav one chatas because all he did was plow. Now the chiddush of this is there's two possibilities the Mefarshim discuss. One possibility is that I would have thought that this is sowing the seeds. I would have thought that it's planting because it's helping the seeds grow by covering it over. And Rashi's telling me that it's actually plowing. This is a discussion in Masechta. It's in Masechta Mayit Katan, I believe, between Rabbah and Rabbi Yosef. Is this in Mayit Katan? In Mayit Katan at the beginning. So there's a discussion about this between Rabbah and Rabbi Yosef, and this seems to be a chiddush because it only fits with one opinion that says that covering over the seeds is considered plowing. The other possibility is that even though the soil is already soft, or slightly soft because you plowed it already, yes, there is plowing after plowing. There's certain malachas, you don't say there's plowing out. You don't say there that you can do it twice, like maybe in bishal achar bishal, or in teichen achar teichen, we find that. But here by charisha, you can do it twice. That would be the chiddush here.